Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hearthsinger Games. I'm Ann Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge round these parts. And today I am joined by the ever fabulous Chris Gravenstein.
Well, hello.
Steenenstein?
Steenenstein?
Steenenstein. That's right.
Me.
I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit.
Oh, are you now? Well, I don't have to adjust my camera because I'm a professional.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was savage.
Mm-hmm.
Classy, bougie, ratchet.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening? No, but really, what's happening, Chris? How was your week?
Oh, it was good. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise, and it is.
Oh, I bet you have.
And it is glorious. Highly recommend.
How many monsters? Like the.
How many monsters have I slayed?
How many monsters have you slain this day?
Countless, my dear. Countless.
Oh wow.
Wow. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I slay so many monsters, but I mean, I would say like 65 hours worth of monsters.
Wow, that's plenty.
Yeah, so far.
10 out of 10. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah,
I have mostly prepared for the imminent arrival of my dog next week. Very exciting stuff. But it's been a lot of hair dyeing apparently because when I meet him, I have to look my best.
No, it's true. You have to imprint properly.
Exactly.
He can't know you all disheveled and such.
I know. He can't know me. The pandemic needs to look like it didn't happen. Another thing that I have to do, or that I did, was to order catnip essential oil to spray on all of the cat furniture that I've built. And I've been slowly building my cat up to the point where she will actually like get on the new shelves and stuff by herself without me encouraging her. But a friend of mine suggested that I get this catnip essential oil, and I did. And I sprayed it all over everything that I want her to engage with.
Okay.
And man, life today, she was dilated.
Okay.
She was like
activated.
Yeah, it was like she walked into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Amazing.
I walked in here and she was like just driving her nose into the sill thing that I put over on my right.
I'm not so sure I could do that for my cats. Vivi is intoxicated by good smells that even I can't even smell. So
so I sprayed a little bit there. But the other thing my cat is a little chonky. And
I've heard.
I've been trying to work on that with her. Did Ariel tell you that?
No.
You're a liar. Ariel told you my cat was chonky?
Yeah, maybe. Your cat is chonky.
Say?
She just said your cat is chonky. She compared her to Vivi. Vivi being my cat.
She's no larger than Vivi.
Okay.
I don't think. How dare? Okay, so now I'm mad. I'm not actually mad, but I feel embarrassed. But the thing about animals is that you gotta get them interested in stuff. And the thing is, like, I realized that I play with her, but not in a way that is like helpful to her physical health, if that makes sense. So I started breaking out one of those wands with the cat the feathers on the end. And she is terrified of it.
Interesting.
Like, she doesn't know what's happening. So the only way that she'll play with it is if she leads me into the bedroom and she gets on the bed and she flails around on the bed and chases it. But I would rather that she didn't do that there because I'm scared she's going to, like, rip the sheets up.
A conundrum.
All this to say, it's a hard skill encounter.
All this to say that I'm getting a dog.
A dog, yeah. So it's just funny. So I bought her the whole point of this was that I bought her one of those electric cat chasing little things. It's like a little mouse tail that sticks out from under some fabric. And then it moves around erratically so the cat can chase it.
Yeah.
And I thought that might be a good thing for her to get interested in, but she could not be more terrified of it. I sprayed it with the stuff. I let her lay all over it, get acquainted with it. And then I turned it on the lowest setting and she flipped out and ran away. So I don't think my cat wants to play.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to make an effort because I've definitely seen her grow leaps and strides in the last couple of weeks that I've been working with her on some stuff. But yeah, it's very silly. Jar Jar, what's up? Welcome.
Oh, well,
Thanks
hello.
so much for coming today. We're gonna get started today. We're gonna play some more one-on-one D&D. Chris, how did you feel about the last week? Because we did this last week, just the two of us.
Yeah,
so intimate.
I loved it. I was just explaining to you earlier. I thought it was very immersive. It's something that I didn't really think about. People talk a lot about when you play D&D with like more conventionally sized groups, there's like a lot of crosstalk, and there's a lot of like people just constantly feel the desire to like make jokes or anachronistic comments that are constantly like disrupting the flow of like any sort of like levity to the narrative.
Right. Totally.
And it can be very difficult to like feel like you ever get to be serious. But when you only have two people, like you get to set the tone. And so like I'm just working just like improv theater or whatever, like I'm just working off of the energy that you are presenting as to like how I'm to interact with this world, and so I was able to just sort of like lose myself in whatever you were willing to offer me.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. And
it's also like constant. I'm so glad. And it's constantly engaging, right? Like if you're
that's another thing.
A DM who never knows like what to do, then this is great because it challenges you to always be engaged and not rely on the players to drive everything, but feel like it's more of a conversation.
And you have to play an NPC like at least to like even things out. Like you have to essentially do theater with me. If I have any questions about the world, you have to like switch modes from simply like describing the world around me to like providing like context and immersion through your NPCs. Which was also very good. So
cool. Well, I love it. Jar Jar says, I'm the DM and I make jokes. I try to be serious, but I can't help myself. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with it, but
have moments of levity. And I certainly do. It's something I'm trying to work on. I've been trying to work on a lot, certainly in the last like 6 months, is figuring out like when to make the joke and when to just shut up. It's very hard because I need to be liked. Like
so desperately. So desperately
do I need to be liked. But so last time on, let's do a little bit of last time on. Last time on the Sunlit Seekers. Zeb had traveled across the world to learn more about a new guild, the Order of the Sunlit Seekers, which had developed a little outpost near Phandalin. An area in southern Faerun currently under the watchful eye of a young white dragon, which has been terrorizing the countryside.
Only a young white dragon?
You're like, I can take
a young white dragon.
Okay. You want that to be the one shot?
No, yeah, maybe not. But like, I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Hold on. For some reason, I'm getting a bunch of notifications that I do not want to be happening. So let me just make sure. There we go. Sorry, everybody. All right. Perfect. So, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Facebook. You had discovered that they were working to collect several magical items to hopefully amass a group of people that would be able to take down this threat and therefore make a name for themselves as the place where the heroes come from, the Sunlit Seekers. We're working on a tagline. I don't know if the
branding is very important.
When your hero, your family, baby. I don't know. I'm just
pretty good, actually. I like that a lot.
Ann Richmond marketing, hire me. But yeah, so basically you had come in, you had been given a quest to cut your teeth upon and had done quite well and ingratiated yourself into the group, while also, I would say, developing kind of a strong suspicion that the kindly bard who ran the establishment was perchance not quite so selfless as she appeared to be. You discovered that she was married to a silver dragon who was posing as a kind of like a handyman type gentleman about town.
Yeah, sure.
About the vulgar magpie. And you had also caught them in a bit of a disagreement about the fact that their marriage is not quite
Bit of a
so
bit
functional.
of a bees hive, that whole establishment. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Yeah. But since then, it's been about a week since you arrived. You've had some downtime. And I want to know, with your new room established, what kind of room did you want Calliope to build for you?
Oh yeah, she could just like build me whatever the heck I want, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Built to order.
Yeah, seriously.
What kind of room do you want here?
I don't know. I I probably asked her for like, nothing too fancy. Let's say that I wanted a room that was more of a cave than a room, because I didn't want like windows. I wanted like a hovel where it was nice and dark, and I could just like a fortress of solitude. I didn't want it to be like a conventional like human centric like room with like a writing desk or anything like that. Like I'm sort of at home on the ground. So
there comes a time where she during the week makes time to walk with you to the end of this. There's like a balcony that looks over a very tavern-esque interior that's kind of the common area. Like think about how it works in, I guess, like Harry Potter, that there's like a common area below and all the rooms are kind of lifted above.
Suite style dorms. Yeah.
Exactly. And so she's working to build your ensuite, and she basically asks you what you want, and it becomes a small circular door set into the wall. You watch as things sort of stretch and expand, and you look at the way the wood stretches, and it's like gum or something like that. Like everything is very cartoony, and it's like just kind of like pushing itself outward to create this new space. And when you open the door, you look at the door, it's just a simple round wooden door, and she says, "And what color would you like it to be?"
I guess green. I mean, it seems cliche, but
yeah. But it's true.
Yeah, but it's true.
So a beautiful green door. She like waves her hand, and arcane sigils kind of like move across your vision, and you blink, and there is a green wooden door. And she says, "Knock 3 times, and you'll be the only one who can get inside without permission."
I do so.
Or with permission.
Yeah.
Permission only.
Yeah.
So you find inside, made to order, a beautiful little hovel. Just as dirty / clean, like whatever the middle ground is, as you might have wanted it to be.
As clean as outdoors can be, right?
Yeah.
Like that sort of, yeah.
I feel like it's probably got some of the elements of, like, it sounds like there's a wind outside, but there's no wind. Yeah.
So as far as like it looking like earthy and all that, is all of the, are all of those trappings illusory, or are they real?
They are as real as magic can be.
Okay, fair enough.
You can roll an Arcana check to try and understand the spell that Calliope is using to try and build this house.
I was going to ask this. I was like, are Calliope's abilities rooted in any actual spells, or is it just like a thing that exists for a narrative purpose?
I think that's a great thing for you.
Yeah, I'll give it an Arcana. Well, I'm not the smartest
Arcana check.
goblin. That's a 6.
Okay, yeah. This is the things that you note about it are that it clearly lasts. Most spells, you probably by your level 6. So seeing someone at some point cast like a hut, like the Liamon's tiny hut situation. This just appears to be so ongoing, and it doesn't appear to need to be refreshed like these other spells do, which seems odd to you. Like, just as someone who, as an arcane archer and someone who has seen spells, you don't know what she's using. That seems weird. But it's something you could talk to some other people about if you were curious.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So what do you feel like you did, aside from personally design a bespoke living quarters for the last week?
I think I would have wanted to spend my time basically casing the joint.
Sure.
I want to basically try to memorize as much of the layout of this place as possible. I want to find the location of the vault, if that's or wherever the magical items are being kept.
Huh. Yeah.
Whether I mean I try to be like, I'm not trying to perform any subterfuge here. Like, I'm simply just asking people questions as I familiarize myself with the space. But
why don't you roll an investigation check
yeah.
for me? See how that's going for you.
An investigation check is a 12.
Okay. So you know that the downstairs is comprised of like the kind of depressed living room area in front of the great hearth and stage. Behind that, you have sort of a bar area or a break room type area. And then behind that, there's a small kitchen with a large wooden door that always has a big lock on it. Upstairs, you know, there are just rows and rows of rooms that go down this ever-expanding balcony that looks down on the common area. And then all the way on the left-hand side of that is Calliope's Dumbledore-esque round office.
Is the entryway... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. There doesn't appear to be any sort of, like, locked inventory area. And you do remember that getting your items for the previous quest, like potions and things like that, things of value, came directly from Calliope. So wherever she's keeping all of that stuff, that's going to take a little bit more research.
Is the entryway to Calliope's office just like a door?
Sure.
Yeah. Is this place...
I open it.
Is there a time of day where this place ever sleeps? Or is it always alive in some way? Like, is there always someone, like, on the clock?
Yeah. You notice that during the day, Calliope tends to be out and about and saying hello to people and pretty aware. There's also a centaur woman that is the size of a Shetland pony, so almost like a halfling centaur. But she tends to be, you've met her, her name is Muscles. She tends to be guarding the front door and kind of the lower area that common folk can enter. Everyone seems to have their own private locks on their doors. And no, you haven't seen anyone attempt to open Calliope's door. You don't know what would happen if they did. There doesn't appear to be anyone there, but Percival, her husband, when he is home, which sometimes happens, and sometimes like it's like you don't know where he went for a while, for like a day or two at a time. But when he is there, he is always sitting downstairs by the fire, reading a book at night.
So like 3 a.m., there's still people around downstairs?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on whether there are people like up researching. They're a lot less though.
Yeah. It's like quiet.
The more scholar. Yeah, it's very quiet. There's a lot of distractions and chaos and comings and goings during the day. At night, it's a little bit easier to get around.
Would I have been able to gain access to that locked door past the kitchen without being noticed at any point in my week?
Do you attempt to do that?
I certainly want to give it a glance. Let's say
it sounds like you do, but like not with a nefarious means.
Yeah,
like to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like try to pick the lock necessarily, but I do want to go appraise that situation with more scrutiny.
Well, why don't you roll a stealth check just to see if anyone becomes aware?
It's a 22.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you're very stealthy.
I'm not wearing my heavy armor because it's like the middle of the night.
That's totally fine. You get down there. There appear to be, we'll say, Percival is down there, but this seems like a great time to check it out because he is locked in conversation with the other goblin you met, who they seem to be discussing things, and the goblin is tracing various Minority Report allusions in the air. They're discussing something at great length. You're not exactly aware because you're very focused on just kind of staying to the shadows. But you make it across, and their conversation doesn't cease.
Okay.
So you would assume.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Cool. So you get over there.
Like I said, I'm being stealthy, but I'm not being like I'm not. I'm not like.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to be like conspicuous about the fact that I intend to not be noticed. I'm just,
The door,
flying casual.
the door is just a door from all that you can see. Do
Hmm.
you try and open it or gain access?
Is the kitchen empty? The only people I saw were Percival and.
So you're up. So to be clear, her office is upstairs on the same level that all the living quarters are,
Yeah.
and the kitchen is
No, I
downstairs. So you're
know.
like right above the kitchen, on the balcony
I,
above the door
I,
to the kitchen.
I'm not trying to get into her office. I'm trying to get into the door that you said was in the kitchen.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sure, you get there. It's same deal. You get there.
Yeah, sorry. No,
And
I'm
you,
not interested in
yeah.
her office. That's far too conspicuous. But
Okay.
so far, though,
I was
I've
confused.
also been in that room, so like I'm not as fascinated by it. But the fact that there's
Oh,
only
yeah.
one door that I can't access, that is just sort of in common space, that I
Sure.
can't help myself.
Yeah, you get down there and you see this huge lock just sitting on the door.
Does it
staring at you?
Does it appear magical? I mean, I don't have detect magic, but
I mean,
can I give it an investigation or perception?
Yeah.
To see if I notice anything. Oh, the investigation's not bad. That's a 13.
Yeah, it's just appears to be a lock. It doesn't seem to be trapped in any way. From like what you can tell, there's no mechanical trap value. You don't have detect magic, so you don't know if it's magically locked. But
fuck it, I pick it.
Okay, go for it. Pick that nose.
That is a 17.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It clicks open.
Okay.
And drops, and you're able to slide it out.
So I put myself inside, but I like dummy lock it behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you go inside and you hear, "What are you doing?"
Huh? Oh.
You hear, "What are you doing?"
Do I recognize the voice immediately?
It's Portia.
It's Portia.
Yeah.
I crack the door open and like poke just enough of my head out so she can see me, and I just kind of feel like I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, she looks at you. She like leans the other way to kind of look out at the rest of the people out in the common area, and she goes, and she slides in behind
That's
you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I do my best to dummy lock it after she gets inside.
Yeah. So you guys are able to descend down all of these flights of stone stairs.
Is it dark in there? Or is it lit by like torches?
No, there are torches. The deeper you get, you start to see boop, 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 little like pinpoints of light that light as you approach. And down there, you are able to take whatever time you run into other people who are members of the Sunlit Seekers. They seem a little surprised to see you, actually. One of them is this undead person who appears to be like skeletal in nature in like a dark cloak, and he goes, "Well, it's good to see you." I think.
Are
you supposed to be down here?
I've never seen this person before.
You've seen you know what? You probably haven't seen them.
Okay, and it's many eclectic individuals of this sort. Like
it's just him. Just him, and then there appears to be another, like you see other people, like one or two.
It's just like a big. It's just like a big cavern area. Like what is the room? Sorry.
Let me show you what it looks like down here.
I mean, I introduce myself and I'm cordial, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to get a lay of the land.
So, this man's name is Arthuritis.
God,
and
damn it!
I didn't make it up.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Arthuritis is pretty genius though.
Okay, so hold on. There's like an undead. Arthur seems to be working on clearing up this kind of area here.
I'm not on the same page.
Oh, you can't see it.
No,
Hold
I
on.
can't.
I'll move you. It's not helpful to you at all.
I'm just staring at this woman and her cat.
Here we go.
It's
all right.
It's pitch black for me.
Yeah, well, it won't be soon.
Well,
but
you I'm just saying. I have dark
one
vision.
thing at a time. Okay.
How dare
Let
you?
me make sure. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Live in our roll 20 lives, dynamic lighting turned on, night vision turned on, 60 feet of night vision. Save. Can you see now?
I can.
Okay, great. There he is, arthritis.
Look at him
right
go.
here. Look at him
is
go.
that Portia?
No. This is this person here is
I was about to say, it looks like
a robed individual.
It looks like Ray.
She's not. This is another player character actually, but her name is Moira. You've definitely met her. She spends a lot of time upstairs chatting with people. She's generally very friendly. You've probably had run-ins with her out in the stables from time to time. She has a skeletal warhorse that's out there.
Okay.
You know, it's normal, totally normal, but that's probably the context. And she says, "Oh, hey, I haven't, are you supposed to be down here?"
I mean, yeah, I'm a member of the Seekers, right? And this is just, I just, wanted to get a lay of the land. What are you guys up to?
Sure.
I'm also just like almost aggressively friendly to them, I shake,
absolutely.
like I extend my my sweaty palm to shake Arthritis's hand should he do so.
He goes, "A pleasure," and sticks out his hand.
Yeah, I give him like the two-handed, like, you know what I mean, like aggressive.
He goes,
nice
"Oh,
to meet
you're
you."
rattling my bones. I haven't had that in a long time.
I can't with this. I kind of give him like after I finish shaking his hand, I kind of give him like an aggressive like slap on the back. You know what I mean? As I stride away from him to go shake. I'm sorry, the other character, Moira's hand.
She says, "I don't think we've, spent a lot of time together, but I'm Moira. Right. I'm a cleric, member of the Chosen.
Sounds great.
My horse lives in the stable."
Who's Chosen?
Don't be afraid. Well, the group within the guild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was the first one to choose to be chosen.
Oh,
That's
you
weird.
were chosen, right? Okay, no, now I'm remembering.
I was chosen.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. All right, yeah, no, the choosing, we all know it well.
Yeah, it's weird because she's like a very friendly but very goth woman.
Yeah, okay.
And they seem to be cleaning up the remains of a giant undead owlbear.
Okay, so just to be clear, so did I come from like over here?
You came down these stairs over here,
and then through this door.
And they were just standing here, like the remains of this owlbear were right here.
Okay, and is this a door here?
Yeah, that's a door.
And it's open?
It's open.
Okay. Sounds good.
Everything's pretty open.
Okay. So I just I kind of like shuffle over to the remains that they're, and just kind of like pick through it, like cluelessly. You know what I mean? And I'm all like,
yeah.
Did you do this? Take care of this?
I mean, not recently. I was there when it happened the first time. Arthur wasn't here. He goes, "No, I was in the library for a very long time."
Yeah, as you should be. That doesn't sound suspicious at all. How did it get in here? Or is this is this what they keep down here?
Oh no, we don't keep things down here. And Portia says, "Oh, you don't keep things down here. You don't keep things like a giant library full of untold magical mysteries that we haven't all been given direct access to yet." I mean, I'm just saying, I've heard some things, right? And so the conversation sort of flows back and forth between everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
While they're like, I'm sort of taking like Portia's, like anytime she pulls focus off of me, I take it as an opportunity to wander like an unsupervised child into the corners of this. Like, so we're in this room here. Like, is the area to the north, like, is that a wall?
This is a raised platform.
Yeah.
You see everywhere kind of symbols. You can see it on the floor here in this art of a kind of a sun nature, which would make sense given what you know about Coralon and Coralon's relation to the Sunlit Seekers. And this is the on the wall here at the back. You see the same rubbings that you saw that Calliope showed you of the different groups. So it's clear that those were taken from down here. Arthur comes up behind you and he goes, there's a lot we can learn down here. A lot I can't remember, frankly.
And I would love to. Can you show me?
Well, sure. I mean, what do you want to see?
Well, what do you got? What's on the menu?
An adventure that wasn't this. No.
Hey, you want to kick me out? That's fine.
No, it's fine.
What do you do during the week? What do you think I do during the week?
Everything I want.
I probe the limits of my universe.
To give you a sense of it without like making this the entire thing that we do, he takes you through lots and different long hallways. You discover this library with stacks and stacks of books that just disappear into a dark void with hovering candles and pixies, picking up some from places and putting them back and trying to categorize them.
Prophecy
Arthur
chamber from fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah, Arthur, I'm just going to drag you in here. Nothing bad is going to happen to you, I promise.
Nope.
I mean, I didn't plan it, so how could it? So
you never know.
He takes you into this area. This is actually a gigantic library that's like, it's very thin, but it goes up infinitely.
Okay,
if that
gotcha.
makes sense. And in one of the corners, there's like a pedestal with a book on it. And he shows you the book. And, I wrote this down so I can actually tell you what's in the book, which is really great. Shocking that I did that.
No gelatinous cubes at all.
Yeah. Well, there were at one point. Blueberry Rogue was here when we cleared those out a couple months ago. But yeah, okay, let's see here. Oh, how am I going to do this?
He hands me this book off of one of the shelves.
It's like basically laying out, and he says, apparently I wrote this, but I don't exactly remember it. And it says, the messages were clear. Had we listened to the sign's importance, we might not have had to lock ourselves away. The undying eclipse will consume each member of our order. We cannot run. We only wait. And of course, we keep the lanterns lit.
That's not cryptic or weird at all. Yeah.
He reviews with you. I don't actually know if you were. He gets you up to date in case you weren't, about the concept of the fact that 1,000 years ago, all mention of this illustrious original version of the group disappears from history, and discovering this temple, the old temple of the Sunlit Seekers, revealed that some magical thing called the Undying Eclipse was they had to lock themselves away, and Arthur says that he doesn't remember what happened. He only gets things in flashes, basically.
Gotcha.
And that he was just kind of on a path to keep the lanterns lit. There were other undead creatures down here. Everything that was down here was basically undead, or just the kind of stuff like gelatinous cubes that likes to collect in gross underground places over time. You are also shown this area by Arthur, which I will take you to now, which is a giant ritual space.
Oh, look at that.
And
love it.
Here, right? Oh, I love this art. Down here, you see an incredible vision of an Air Genasi monk reaching upward towards the sky. Everything about their person looks to be made of stone, and yet when you get closer, it's as if an invisible wind causes all of their, like light vestments to kind of like ripple in the wind, and they seem to be reaching skyward towards a sun that you can't see because you're underground. Yeah.
And what's the deal with this?
He says, well, I guess you could say the chosen like to gather here to commune with Coralon or other entities. I don't really know. I'm just a humble wizard.
Were you always like this? No offense.
Oh.
I mean,
was I always so dead?
Yeah, like this. Pokes one of the exposed bones.
He goes, I can't remember. But my guess is no.
Yeah, it seems like it's an important detail. No, no
Yeah.
one who knows you is like has been able to fill you in on like the up to like the story so far.
Well, I'm 1,000 years old,
Oh,
friend.
okay,
I don't
okay,
really know
okay.
anybody else down here who
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
super dead. I mean, or one of the shambly ones.
So
They didn't give me trouble, but when the other folks came down, they didn't like that very much.
okay. And how long have you been with the Seekers, the Sunlit Seekers? Sunlit Seekers?
Yeah, he says I can't recall.
Oh my goodness, that must be stressful. It sounds stressful.
It's very weird, but every day is like a new mystery, and I love mystery novels. I get to be the protagonist in this
sure.
one.
Well, if you ever want a hand unveiling some mysteries, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good on my feet. I got a mean bow arm, and I'm scrappy. You know, so
wow.
If you ever need some help.
If I had one of your hands, then I would have my 2 hands and this one, and you see like a ghostly mage hand wave at you.
Well, listen, combined there can be at least 5 hands, and that sounds
We'd be
like
unstoppable.
we would be. I agree.
It sounds like a great Saturday night, if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, I do know what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
You're great. I like you.
Yeah, I like
you're fun.
Yeah, I like you too. All right. So
that's the information.
Okay.
You get from
Friends.
Yeah, friends. Cool.
I give him a tooth.
I
no,
will
I
say,
don't do that.
I gotta give all credit where credit is due. Arthur Ritus is Juicy Garland's character.
Amazing.
And
of fucking
Arthur
course
Ritus,
it is.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Now that you say that, I was like, oh, it makes sense now.
Nobody names like a drag queen.
No, nobody.
It's just a fact.
Nobody.
But yeah, Arthur Ritus is a reborn, so that's one of the unearthed arcana classes that you can find in the new book, the Guides to Ravenloft. So yeah, Guide to Ravenloft. So it's cool if you're interested. Reborn are very cool. Conceptually, because they can't remember their past life, and I was like, do you mind if I fuck with you? So it's been really great. And of course Moira, our fantastic grave cleric who you met in the antechamber, is played by Amanda Bond.
Nice.
So yeah, so you are able to see a couple of things. Nobody really keeps you from down here, but on your way out, Portia's kind of like heading up the stairs with Arthur, and you're standing behind Moira or beside Moira, and she says, "You're not really supposed to be down here, are you?"
I mean, no one said that I couldn't be down here. I'm just
not explicitly.
Well,
I mean,
I was
though.
I was there wasn't when I got there.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm new here. I'm just trying to figure it out. But this is pretty cool.
Yeah. She says she's smiling, but she says, "I got my eye on you, kid."
Same.
Oh, wow.
Do you spend a lot of time? Is this normally like where you spend your time?
I mean, when it comes to undead monstrosities and cleaning them up, it's not uncommon for a grave cleric to make sure that dead things stay dead.
Yeah, no, that's the way I like them too.
Yeah, I'm on assignment.
Oh, okay.
And Arthur just likes it for some reason.
But like,
it'd be hard to tell him not to come down here since we found him down here.
Well, you seem to be skeptical of my my desire to be down here. Is there any particular reason I shouldn't be down here? I mean, I don't want to walk face first into trouble or anything like that, even though I could probably handle myself. But
she says, well, we found a lot of snakes down here and undead things, and I think they found some gelatinous cubes at one point.
Yeah, but you took care of all that, right? So now it's just like a wine cellar.
Yeah, I guess it's just I guess.
I mean, with the
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't know why I kept the door locked. I guess Calliope just told us to always make sure that unless somebody was supposed to be down here until it was ready, until we'd archived the entire library to maybe not just let people have full reign.
I mean,
but why
archiving
why would she say that?
Archiving the whole library, but it seems, that would probably take a couple lifetimes.
Yeah, you're poking a lot of holes in her theory, so that sounds. Yeah, I guess I mean, listen, if the lock's not here again, come hang out.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't tell anyone I told you to come hang out.
No, yeah, that's fine.
I guess.
They told me to do what? All right. Anyway, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Who am I? Who are you?
Yeah.
See you later,
Yeah.
man.
Take it sleazy.
So you and Portia skedaddle on out of there.
Yep,
Days go by. It is days happen. It's fine.
Days pass. Time passes as it is wont to do.
Yeah, time passes. I've had enough of this. Onward. That is one of my favorite things about playing in a one-on-one game, because as long as everybody wants days to pass,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, a year passes, whatever seems fun. So a couple days pass. You find yourself waking in your cave to a terrible shaking, like the ground is shaking.
Not great.
Like an earthquake.
Okay. This is a random detail, but I feel like it's important that people are aware of it. So I've always mentioned that I never take the quiver off, right?
Right.
So, but to sleep, I switch it around to the front and spoon it.
That's very cute.
So
I don't hate it.
Yeah. So just not only as like just a bit of flavor, but it's also important that it's like it's never not on my person, whether it's sleeping or otherwise.
Totally.
Anyway, so I awake to I arose to such a clatter.
God damn it. 1 second. My Roll20 isn't playing my music anymore, and I would really like it to be.
I can hear it.
Oh, well, I couldn't. And who does it matter more to, me or you?
My immersion is intact.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So basically, how it be? The problem is if I can't hear it, then nobody.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
That's the big problem. So you awake to such a clatter.
Such a clatter. Arose such a clatter.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
You love those.
I do.
Not great. I believe a 6. 9.
You're a 6, a 9. Who can say?
Mm-hmm.
Who can really say? So you kind of like are blinking yourself awake the way that happens, and suddenly when your eyes open, it seems like the walls are a lot closer.
Oh, that doesn't seem great. I vacate the premises.
Okay, so as you get up, you actually are thrown out of bed as you're what are you sleeping on?
A mound of dirt, like some hay.
Yeah. So your hay, it's just
like
it just starts blinking out of existence. Yeah. And the room is beginning to fold in on you. Make an acrobatics check to avoid being crushed by the universe.
Nat 20.
Okay, great. So you jump to the side. You're almost to the door, and the door starts folding in on itself like a burrito. How do you want to deal with that situation?
I guess I just smash through it as hard as possible.
Okay, so you're just gonna try and jump through the wall.
Well, you said you said the door is sort of folding in on itself.
Yeah, so it's like the wall is like becoming goo, and it starts to fold in on itself.
Yeah. I just try to throw myself through the goo.
Through it.
Yeah.
So you hit some kind of immovable force, if that makes sense, that just knocks you back. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
A d6, you say?
Yeah.
That's a 4.
Okay, and then roll another one.
That's a 5.
And then take that much damage.
Oh,
because
my goodness
you fall
gracious
gunk, directly into the snow. You are outside of the building, in front of the front door.
Okay. Like I want to say that like as I get like thrown back, like I like grab my bow. So like when my head comes up after hitting the wall, I'm like ready to shoot an arrow, but then I'm like not where I thought I was.
Yeah. So you sit there and it's like gong, 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 like everything just falls out of the sky around you. Anything that was physically in the room that was like an item of value that you weren't wearing just falls to the ground.
I'm just outside of my room, still in the tavern.
No, you're
outside the tavern. Yeah.
It's as if some sort of magical element has folded you out of time space, and you are now sitting with all of your stuff in the melting snow outside the front door.
Gotcha.
In whatever you were sleeping in.
Yeah. I guess I. Can I just like roll a perception to just sort of like see if like the inside of the tavern still seems normal from my vantage point?
So you run up to the door and you try to open it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding. Roll for roll perception, I guess, or investigation. Either way, whatever you feel good about.
Yeah, not investigation. Yeah, a 9. Not great.
Cool. So. Let's put this on. This is a good one. So you look inside and people are right behind you. You see another person sort of appear in the snow. And all of their stuff starts falling from nowhere in the sky as well. And they say, "Hey, what the hell is going on?"
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing.
Exactly. And inside, you see people are sort of holding on to things. You see Calliope sort of frozen on the stage, looking desperately up towards the corners of the room. You see a bunch of arcane runes surging around her and out of her lute as she desperately tries to pick a melody against some sort of force that it's like you can imagine moving your hand through, trying to push it through cement as it's hardening, if that makes sense.
That's what touching the door feels like.
That's what it looks like she is going through.
Okay, gotcha.
Calliope is going through, and everything else is just chaos. The room is shaking back and forth. People are coming out of their rooms. Another person lands in the snow behind you, and the reverberations suddenly shudder to a stop as you hear a chord sound out from her lute, and everything sort of comes to a peaceful stop. And she says, "Is everyone all right?"
Yeah, I sort of, yeah, ish.
And she sort of like falls to a knee on the stage, and everyone is kind of like, I don't know what to do with this shit. Like, this is not something that has ever happened before. And you watch as Percival is just there. Like, he comes from the kitchens, and he has his hands on her shoulders, and he's looking at her face, and she just like buckets of sweat. You can see the age on her face in this kind of terror situation. She said, "I thought the entire spell was going to collapse on all of us. Everyone outside, are you all right?"
Yeah. I yell about, like, I sort of look at everyone who's out there, you know what I mean? And then I assume everyone's kind of okay. So I yell back.
Something is in there. Something.
Yeah, where? Point me at it.
Trying to get the lodestone. And she like collapses to the ground. And Percival like looks around at everyone. You are the only person who is armed and ready. Yeah. And from
put me in, coach.
Yeah, put me in, coach. So you come in there, and he says, I think you're a little bit farther along in your skills than the rest of these folks. No offense, everyone, but maybe you could. Indeed. No offense. Take care of this. It's gonna require somebody who hits hard and fast. And he also looks at you, and he like sort of, as you come closer, says, "And someone who already knows a few things." He like helps Calliope up, and he says, "Bring someone with you."
Yeah. Eyes dilated. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Do you want to bring Portia with you? Or
I was actually going to say that as all of that is saying, I'm sort of scanning the room, and I don't see Portia anywhere, so I literally yell for her.
Yeah. She goes, "Friends!"
The friends!
And comes in from the kitchen. Yeah, actually she comes in, that's not what, she doesn't come in from the kitchen. She comes in from the front door, having landed behind you.
Sorry, I just imagine she comes out of the kitchen having oblivious of what's just happening, like with a sandwich half eaten in her mouth. What's up?
What? That's better.
What's up?
That's better.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Yeah.
she goes, there's a rattling and a rolling
Yeah.
around these hills.
She's just like elbow deep in a grilled cheese, and she's like, "What happened?"
Yeah. So she follows you guys up the stairs. You enter the office. The heavy door slams behind you. And she says, I thought nothing could get in there. And he says, well, obviously something did.
Let's stop playing the pronoun game. Where are we going?
Yeah. And she sort of like sits down on a chaise lounge. It's clear she's in a lot of pain. And Percival says, we created a demiplane, a space where we could anchor a magnificent mansion spell more permanently to an arcane artifact. They're very rare, but I had one from Calliope's father. It's a long story. It's not important, but he had made one, a second one, and so I used it to anchor the lodestone in there, but I think something got in. It shouldn't be possible, but something found a way. But I could send you in there to investigate and see what's happening inside.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds totally, safe. And let's do it. I'm ready.
He says, whatever you see in there, it's... Fuck, there's no time.
Yeah.
He says, it's personal, and he begins drawing these runes. Yeah. He says, I can only hold the door open for so long.
Okay, yeah, but like, how do I get back out?
As long as I'm holding the door open, then great.
Oh, okay.
If it's over an hour, I guess if you don't come back in a day, I'll try to go in and get you.
Okay, we got like a whole hour. That's like, it's plenty of time.
In rounds, that's a million years.
Yeah. Come on, you know how many arrows I could shoot in an hour? It's fine. Let's go.
Yeah. So, you begin to see as he reaches out and kind of like frost extends from his nostrils as he's concentrating, and you watch the back of his hand start to reveal claws. Like his hands become claw-like. Yeah, it's like... And you see silver scales appear, and he begins with the tip of one silver claw to draw these runes in the air in a big circle, and a gate appears. It just looks like a floating gate of light. And he says, all right, go on through. I'll take care of her. Just be quick. Figure out what it is.
Okay. I take like one step into it, and while I'm like in between, I turn back and I look at him and I'm like, you owe me one.
Calliope screams. She screams, and he just looks... He does not like the concept of owing you one.
Yeah, I know, but I literally like freeze. Like I essentially put myself so far, like literally in between the portal, so he has no choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Lest he cut me in half.
Fucking fine.
All right.
And then you hear as Fate, the little BB unit droid with like the big sphere and the little sphere on top, throws himself inside. Portia jumps through the portal.
Okay, jeez. Going.
Friends.
Yeah. I leap in.
So, you leap into the portal and you are falling through a void. On every side of you is immeasurable darkness that stretches into infinity.
Of course.
And then suddenly, your feet gently set down on stone. You find yourself... You know what? I have a lot of notes on this.
Sure.
So give me a second, because for some reason I can't open them here.
I'm ready.
Oh, I bet you are. You find yourself in a sort of circular living space that's inside of a cave. The cavern walls are like a brownish kind of granite veined in silver. So they look very silver and gold. You see as these beautiful shelves are built into the stone, like there's bits of wood and stone working together. Everything has that beautiful organic flow to it, but it's all very much lived in by people. You see a round door The view outside is a little bit hazy, but as you stand about 10 feet from the door looking out, you see a view of snow-capped mountains stretching out before you. Within this area, let's see what you notice. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sure.
For this first area.
Sorry, I don't know why I can't remember what my plus 2 perception. That's 18.
18. All right, so you see it all. You see it all. This is a where is this? Yeah, it's like kind of a humble but homey living area. Instruments hung along the walls. You see paper and paint on the floor, and you see very, very importantly 2 children sort of frozen, almost as if they're like slowly moving, but they're not moving, but you have this sense of like being frozen in time.
Yeah, they're like in some manner of stasis. Yeah.
And they are made of crystalline ice.
Oh, okay.
2 young boys, nearly identical.
Identical.
Identical and identical, yeah. Sitting over the like art that they seem to be drawing. They are drawing dragons. They're drawing like their mom, their dad, like the things kids draw.
I poke them with a stick to see if they're like real.
They don't react. There's like,
yeah, but like I hit something solid, right?
You hit something solid, but it's almost as if whatever you're trying to touch them with hits a force field, and you see like a ripple that kind of ripples like stone going into water across the face of what you're looking at.
Got you.
So they're protected in some way in this memory. You see a door that opens up on the left, kind of archway that opens up into a small kitchen area that you can explore that has more figures in it. And then you see a hallway that stretches backwards.
And I'm sorry, just to the mountain range that's out the window?
It's out like a door, like the mouth of a cave opens up to the mountain range.
Okay.
And the closer you get to it, the more it becomes hazy, and you realize like you're pushing against that same kind of force that it looked like Calliope was pushing against when she was trying to make the cord. And everything goes, it's like a Silent Hill. Like you reach, the closer you get to the door, the more the image goes away and becomes just mist.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, I guess I'll investigate. What is Portia doing?
Portia is looking around at what's on the shelves. There appear to be a bunch of like magical items and artifacts and books and things like that.
Yeah, can I look at those with her real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage if you're helping each other.
Advantage. Well, the second one was much better. The second one was a 20, modified.
Yeah. You see on one of the shelves sorry, what was the whole thing? Your whole investigation check number?
Modified to 20.
Oh, yeah. This is totally fine. So you see you and Portia sort of get locked on this. A couple tiers up, you see a crown, like a silver crown, that has a break in the middle. It's like a band that reaches around like to the temples with a leaf pattern that kind of stretches over the sides.
Yeah, like
and it just is beautiful and silver, but like austere and a little scary. Yeah.
So I say to Portia, I'm just like, so I want to touch it, but like maybe we shouldn't touch anything in here. I don't know. How are you feeling?
She says, I mean, is this a place where they come? Or is this just here now?
Yeah, right?
I'm not really sure. Like, who are... Because she wasn't in there when you heard them talking about their sons or anything like that. So this is all really new to her.
Yeah.
She says, like, where the fuck are we?
I sort of vaguely say it, and I was like, based on what I've been able to learn so far, this feels like a moment in time made manifest. So I have a sinking suspicion that none of this is real, but I'm also way over my pay grade here.
I mean, if it's not real, then there's no harm in taking it.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more.
I'll boost you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so she boosts you up, and you actually do close your hands around this item.
Okay. Does it feel?
You die. No, I'm kidding. It feels real. It feels like a thing.
I mean, does it make me feel any kind of way?
Well, do you cast detect magic or identify?
I don't have either of those.
It looks pretty special.
Mm-hmm. Well,
let's see. What does
I was about to say,
your friend have? Yeah,
I was like, Portia, you want to like?
Portia, you want to touch it?
Yeah. What's the deal? What's the deal? Like holds it up. Help.
Yeah. She
help.
says, I guess.
Help.
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 She says, I guess the question is like, if I figure this out now, like I'll have to use like some energy to figure it out. Whereas if we save it for later, well, then we'll have to deal with whether or not we can get it past them that we have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like, do you want me to spend that energy now on figuring this out, or?
Nah, it's fine. I put it on.
Okay, great. That's cool. Go ahead and roll a charisma save.
Oh, okay. What's my charisma? 17.
17 is strong. Yeah, you are pretty much unaffected. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Roll it with disadvantage. I'm sorry. I forgot how the
15.
Okay, 15, still good. So, you feel like...
I feel very lucky. That's what I feel.
You do feel like it tried to impress itself upon you, but not necessarily in a negative way. It's going to take a while for you to attune, but when you put it on, there's certainly something magical about it.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that if like... do I get the sense that if I were to leave it on, it would cause me further harm? Or like, was it like all right, now it's fine.
I mean, it was definitely like there was something magical that was trying to like ingratiate itself towards you in some way, but there's no way for you to know whether that's negative or positive.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt. Whatever it was doing seemed to be more of like, is your force of personality.
I'm going to leave it on.
Okay, cool. So you've got a cool little silver crown on your head.
I do.
There are some other like bed knobs and broomsticks around. You know what I mean? Like they're tchotchkes, and some of them are magical. But you're on a tight time limit.
Yeah, sorry.
As you are sort of like dealing with that, you look and you see that Portia has stepped into the kitchen. She says, "Whoa."
Mm. I walk in confidently with my new jewelry. What's up? Yeah. LOL, guys, new hat. Like.
Oh my gosh. The kitchen, you are immediately hit with the smell of bread and pastries, like all fresh baked. Mm-hmm. You see Percival frozen in a perfect image of young happiness. Oh, I see here what I'm doing wrong. Let me pull this over here. I was like, I must have opened this somewhere else. What's up, Chiron? Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome. We're playing some D&D.
We are indeed.
So, in the kitchen, you see Percival frozen in ice. He's leaning forward over this rough wooden countertop to kiss a woman who is seated with a lute in her lap on the counter. This is absolutely Calliope, both much younger, much happier. He's... I was going to say he's leaning forward to kiss her. I think he's more like, he's like feeding her a strawberry or something. Mm-hmm. Just like a really pleasant image of marital happiness.
Yeah.
Is here.
Yeah.
And you can hear the echo of like gentle music.
All right. Yeah, I sort of take it all in and I'm all like, I mean, this is all great. And I'm sure there's a lot of very useful information we could squeeze out of this situation. But I'm not particularly interested in getting stuck in whatever this place is. So let's just keep moving.
Yeah, you make your way out. So now you've gone into the rooms on either side of the living room area where the boys were playing, right? And then you start making your way down that hallway. On the left, you hear voices. Mm-hmm. You can't leave. The boys need you. You lied to me, Percy.
Oh my goodness.
This whole time, you knew I could reach him, and you stopped me. Because I wanted to keep you safe, Calliope. I'm not a piece of treasure for your hoard. And you look through, there's like a door that's like being pushed open. And through it, you can see the icy form of Percival kind of like sitting with his head down, like in his hands on his brow. And Calliope has like a big bag. She's like dressed to leave on an adventure.
Yeah.
You can assume. And she's like starting to push out the door.
Yeah, I just kind of turn to Portia, and I'm just like, this is awkward.
Awkward trauma.
Yeah. Well, it's lots of fuel for the fire, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we just kind of keep going as we like are
absolutely
feasted to this this diorama of all of her trauma.
It's great. Have some trauma.
Yeah.
It's not yours.
No, it's not yours.
So you start heading down this hallway. Everything here has been like lit and beautiful, but there's just this cold, nagging darkness that's just drawing you forward. This opens into a large, like ovular cavern.
Okay.
And in this cavern, you see tons of gold and magical items and eggs. Silver dragon eggs. Covered in scales, like resting on various portions.
So they're like seahorses? I say to Portia.
They're like seahorses?
They're like seahorses?
That's really funny. I didn't think about that. No, they're not. But yeah, they go ahead and roll a knowledge arcana or a history check, whichever you would prefer.
Let's see.
And you can roll with advantage, or you can let Portia roll either way.
Well, let's see. I got a 15.
Okay, yeah. So what you can tell is like these are you know that silver dragons are not like seahorses. But they're you do with your 15. In that they're beautiful, yes, but in that the males carry the children, no. But they do appear to be in nests of ice, and it looks like they're being nurtured for some reason. But they, as you get closer, they're like crystalline memory. Like they're much like the other statues that you've seen. You haven't like entered like there's so many of them. It's not like Alien.
I turned to Portia and I was like, so I'm sorry, what's the Calliope? That's the main girl. Yeah. I just turned to Portia and I was like, so was Calliope like the other woman? Is that what am I picking up the right clues here?
Dude, I don't know. That's crazy. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was Anne.
Oh, okay.
That's a great idea. No, yeah, she is sort of like looking around and taking in everything, and she says, I mean, either that or there's more than just him. I mean, he clearly didn't want her to leave and wanted to stay here. And like their sons were here. I don't know. I don't know. And she kind of starts backing up into the center of the room where you see a giant stone statue of a silver dragon. And the veins in this white marble are run with like silver, basically. So it's kind of like, gosh, what is that when in Japanese culture they fill the cracks in pottery with gold, but here it's silver? What is that called?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though.
But like that's what it looks like. And you know what? Roll a perception check.
Sure.
Just like no reason.
18.
You watch as like the darkness here It's hard to see. It's like the eggs themselves are giving off a little bit of this crystalline light. The statue seems to be giving light to this place, and everything else is pretty much shadow. And you start to see something move in the shadows, and you realize you are not alone. Roll for an initiative.
Roll for initiative. Yeah, I was about to say I trained an arrow on it, but yeah, I will roll for initiative. That is a 22.
Okay, give me.
By the way, it's Kintsugi is the
Kintsugi.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the art of.
All right. 22. We got a hot 11. All right, and then these guys. Wow.
Is there a page that you want to put me on in Roll20?
No. We're gonna do this Theater of the Mind.
Theater of the Mind, you say?
If you want, I could draw it, but
no,
I couldn't find a map that suited me,
totally
and I don't think it'll be that that crazy.
It's all
with only one of you. All right, so Zeb, shockingly, but not, you are first.
All right. Well, what are my?
So you saw a shadow starting to disappear behind one of the eggs. The eggs are about 30 feet from you.
I call out, and I'm just all like, "Show yourself." Like training an arrow. Let's say that I will ready an action that when this shadowy figure shows itself, I can fire upon it.
Yeah. Awesome. So as soon as you say that, you see another thing just wrapped in bandages. It looks like gray. You can't see its skin. It's all completely wrapped in bandages and cloth. And then it has like a little hood, and it starts darting across. It has like a long silver sword in one hand, and it's kind of Naruto running towards Portia to stab her. So you see it. Go ahead and shoot.
Oh yeah, sure. Not great. That is a 14, actually.
Okay, great. So the 14 hits.
Oh, does it now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I roll my second shot against it, or should you want damage first?
Roll damage first.
Not great. That's only going to be 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Good to know.
Can I fire my second shot?
You may.
Okay. This one's gonna have a little more pepper on it. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna put my entangling arrow on it. So yeah. So I rip the gilded green arrow from my quiver.
Yeah.
And I fire away. That is going to be a 15, which I assume hits. Yes.
It does.
Okay. So let's do this damage and this damage. That is going to be 9. 13 plus 4. That's going to be 17 damage.
17 damage. A huge burst of radiant light explodes from this thing as it runs towards the two of you, who are standing like close to the dragon that you were investigating, like the dragon statue in the center of the room. Go ahead and roll for me. Sorry. Let's see, what is it? Constitution saving throw.
Sure. By the way, just so when the arrow hits it, it explodes into brambles that like wrap around all of its limbs.
Totally.
Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and if it moves, it takes 2d6 slashing damage.
Right.
Oh,
it's very dead.
Okay.
I just need you to roll a Constitution.
Yeah.
All of that tracks. End is wonderful.
Yeah. That's gonna be a. Oh wow, my Constitution save is huge. It's 17.
Okay. Yeah, you cover your eyes seeing this coming, the flash expands around you. You watch as all the shadows become extreme, leading out from all the eggs and from the statue, from the orientation of this light, and this thing explodes into ash.
Oh.
You see like an image of it when you open your eyes is like the shadow of its shape is like flash burnt onto the ground.
Yeah, like an outline of it. Yeah.
Exactly. And you watch as Calliope, as Portia is like grabbing at her face. She says, "What did it do? I can't see. I can't fucking see."
Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I mean, it seemed to be a little weaker than 7 ogres, so you're okay.
Okay.
I hope. I don't know what the rules are in this place, but the assailant.
It's true.
The assailant has been dispatched for now. What are the rules?
What's your AC?
16.
Great. 1 second. Okay. Well, that doesn't hit, so that's cool.
Well, what doesn't?
You feel something pass behind you when you look. We'll see if you want to try and see what's in the shadows behind you on your turn. But for now, you don't see anything. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Shadows like nothing personal, kid. Teleports behind you.
Okay, you take 8 damage as you feel a silver dagger sink into like a weak chink in your armor.
That is not. I yelled.
Okay. Ha! All right.
Yep.
Solid. Sorry, how much? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was like, wait a second. All right, cool. So that's them. Then something else happens.
What about Portia?
Well, it's not her turn yet.
I know.
Because these guys all rolled a thing, and it wasn't great, but hers wasn't as good.
I feel that.
And let's see, from a point originating from one of the other eggs, a zone of darkness, impenetrable magical darkness.
You hate to see it.
Expand across the room. You cannot see.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's solid.
Am I blind, or can I just can't see?
You are blind. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Darkness. Let's just look it up real quick.
No.
But I believe
No. I got it.
Okay. Yeah. You can move, but you can't see. You sense movement around you, but you're going to be rolling your attacks with disadvantage. From within there, let's see. You know what? We'll just call that. That's what happens there. It's Portia's turn. Portia is going to.
Once I am plunged into the darkness,
yes.
I want to yell out to Portia to just be like, "Run! Come to the sound of my voice, and I will do the same." we must band together.
Marco.
Yeah, literally Marco.
Literally Marco. I hate that guy. No, I'm kidding.
Team member of the Sunlit
She
Seekers.
misses with her attack, which is great. And next up is you.
Okay. I move toward. I want to grasp towards Portia. I want to find Portia in the darkness with my movement.
Okay. You heard her go polo. So you are moving in that direction. Are you moving your full movement speed?
Yes.
You find her because she was standing close to you.
Yeah.
So you are fairly easy to find her. Although it is disorienting, so I guess roll a perception check just to like confirm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 10.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You find her. You kind of like feel the tips of your fingers brush against.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm
something.
just kind of like scanning with my hand.
Yeah.
Until I hit something. Okay, so I put like my foot on her foot, You know what I mean? Because like I can't use my
Ow!
hands. I don't
They
like
got me!
No, it's me. It's me.
Okay. Jesus, fuck.
Yeah. So
Whoever Jesus is.
Yeah. Whoever he is. I sort of like put my foot on her foot, so like I'm in tactical combat with her, but I'm not like I can still use my hands. And then I'm just kind of going to close my eyes and take a shot at anything that I can.
So you're like
sense.
Feeling through the darkness.
Yeah. I feel I reach out with the force.
Yeah. Love that.
And
attack with
and shoot it anything that I can feel. Okay, that's a 10.
A 10 does not hit.
Okay. And then I swing with my second one. Damn, that's an 11.
Okay, an 11 does not hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up, it's their turn. And these bitches got blind sight. Oh!
I'm sure they do.
It's good to be the king. All right. This one, does a 17 hit you?
It does.
Okay. All right. 19 damage.
Holy shit. I am still alive.
You're still alive. That's good. Solid. Good. It's the next one's turn. He's gonna go for a Porsche.
Yeah, I yell out. I mean, like, you know, whatever. Speaking is a free action,
Yes.
right? As all this is happening, I yell.
It's a free action.
Yeah.
No.
As I just start blind firing arrows into the darkness, I yell up to Portia, and I was like, "Can you do anything to like make this less of an issue?"
Does an 18 hit Portia? It does. Okay. 6. Wow, lucky for her, didn't hit her the second time. It missed you the second time. Okay, great. So, as far she's like working on it.
Work faster.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have a light spell? Is that something we have? Ooh, she doesn't.
Does she have dispel magic?
She has detect magic. She has detect magic. That's it.
God damn.
Would dancing lights dispel magical darkness? I don't think so. I think only light.
No, it's only light. Only light or dispel magic.
Yeah. Sadly, no. That's. Ooh, it's not great. So she is going to take this time, to heal you.
Please do.
For, let's see, for a D8 plus her intelligence plus 5. So roll a D8.
Not great. That's 7.
Okay, but you know, it's something.
It is something. It is. Oh man, I forgot I had this magical item. Crap, that's a good item. Not for now, but.
Why did you let me have this?
No, it's just cool, is all.
Oh, I totally also forgot to roll for the last bad boy, so we'll do him now.
Yeah.
He was chilling, and then we'll let our BB Fate do his worst.
I certainly hope
so. This one, you hear like a maniacal laughter start to echo around you in the darkness, and a short sword sweeps through the air towards you.
Sounds like something I might do.
Wow. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Great. Let's do a second attack. Wow. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Great. All right. 15 points of damage. So you are standing.
Do you know how much
there
health I have?
and you
I have the amount of health that Portia just healed me for.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, maybe you die here. I don't know.
Maybe.
So Portia.
That's what happens when I can't hit things. I'm fine until I can't hit things.
I know, it's terrible. She is. Or no, you're kind of standing there trying to keep contact with Portia. You felt this like warmth as life is sort of reasserting itself in your person, and you see the flash of two silver eyes in front of you, followed by the rake of a sword across the front of your armor, and you feel as it sort of cuts through some of the armor. And it's not great. And you just keep hearing, like, it's not clear how far or how near these things are to you. But the thing that just, it's like you feel something hot on the back of your neck, like someone's breathing on you there. And you hear it say, they sent someone to try and stop the Queen's plan.
Would you just
adorable?
cut it out with that? Okay.
Why, is that creepy?
It is. Is it my turn?
You know what? We're gonna do a little artillery here. That's a solid miss. It's your turn.
Can I shoot towards the source of the voice while she's still monologuing at me?
Yeah, I'll let you shoot
with not disadvantage because she's making a noise.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll let it happen.
Like, if she's gonna talk at me, I'm gonna shoot at her stupid voice. Real quick, I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind. I'm going to heal for 10.
Great.
I'm going to pull my last druidic arrow and fire it at the voice. Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That is going to be a 20.
A 20 to hit. It hits.
Good. Give me a charisma saving throw.
I will. Do I have advantage on those? I don't. It's upsetting.
Yeah, roll low. Come on, no whammies.
18.
Damn. Okay. Hey,
Sorry.
you gotta be in. You gotta be in it to win it. That's okay. So I hit. I'm also going to burn my Fury of the Small. Where are you?
Give me this damn.
I'm working on it. I haven't rolled it yet.
I want the damn.
Okay, so it's gonna be this. Well, no. Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna be okay, Chris.
I dropped my die. So it's gonna be that. So plus. Where is it?
I hit it.
Sorry. For 27 damage.
How do you want to describe your kill?
Yeah, I want her to. I want.
I want her to die.
I like the fact. No. Here's the thing, right? I like.
Yeah.
This is so clear in my mind's eye, right? That like, so Zeb is sitting there like, kind of scared, right? Like seriously starting to just like feel mortality, like grip around his throat a little bit, like desperately trying to find like a totem in his physical contact with Portia. He's aiming his arrows. He's just like, he hears a wisp of noise. He fires. It just catches air. Wisp of noise. He fires nothing. And then he just like takes those hits, slices across, tears his armor, blood dripping down his hands. And then she starts to monologue and a wry smile creeps across his face. And he just blind fires in the direction of the arrow. And before she can finish her sentence, it's just as it hits her wherever.
So as this happens, your sight snaps back. Portia is still kind of, you can sense she still can't see shit. But you see this dark robed figure with like silver detailing on several bangles and this long, just wicked looking twisted like Chris. So not like Chris like you. But
my name emblazoned in gold.
Like Chris.
Congratulations, you won.
Cast fireworks.
Yeah.
So prestidigitation. So you see that like long, skinny sword that kind of looks like a snake kind of across it. And you watch as this thing falls to the ground in a heap of just the edges of its cape. Now that you can see it because you can see a little bit better now, look like shadow stuff. And they kind of like melt away, and then it just is the creature on the ground. Then it is their turn, right? Or do you have a second?
That was
the
only...
The other two are around.
Oh,
you,
I still have another arrow.
Well, I would shoot it.
Yeah.
If I were
Okay.
you.
Well, I no dankness, so I shoot. And that is going to be a 15.
That'll hit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Goddamn right it will. That's going to be 20 damage.
Dead.
You're good.
Flash of light. Oh shit, there are 2 flashes of light. So first of all, oh yeah, this is great. First of all, roll the first Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay, you're fine.
Portia, on the other hand.
Portia takes 2d6 radiant damage. Cool. All right. Ah! And she doesn't feel good. And everything that both of you are wearing that is not a magical item burns.
Oh.
That is not metal or a magical item. Burns.
Oh, okay. So I don't have anything on me that's not metal or a magical item.
Yeah, you're just a fucking naked little boy.
Yeah. Just the chainmail now.
Yeah. If it's not metal or a magical item, it is just gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have like your long night shirt.
Yeah. I'm just like in my yeah. I'm just in an oversized nightgown.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally it. That's kind of amazing. So then the second one explodes. Roll another Constitution save.
A 9.
Okay, great. You take 7 damage, and anything else would burn, but it's
No,
not.
there's nothing left.
Blinded.
Yeah, I'm blinded.
You're blinded.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Same old. You know, this is old hat now.
Yeah, you're just like, God damn it!
Anybody else got anything to say?
Only one of them.
Yeah.
And that one says, "Curse you! Our queen will have her way. The Sunlit Seekers will never rise again."
Yeah.
And it disappears into the night. You can't see anything. Portia can't see anything. She goes, "Marco!"
Hello.
Oh God, thank God.
I just tapped my foot on her foot.
Nothing is happening. There's silence in the room. You heard like scurrying away, and now there is just nothing. Eventually, you are blinking and your eyes come to, and the music can be less stressful.
I was about to say.
So, you guys look around, and you see the 2 bodies. I guess it would be, two bodies, 3 bodies, 3 bodies.
I thought that
these creatures.
I thought that the silver dudes like exploded into light.
Oh, they did. I'm sorry. They all
It's
did.
just
they all
the one.
exploded.
Did
You're
the
right.
one that was talking at me?
They all did. I just got excited about a cool image, and I forgot that they totally.
I mean, I like the fact that there's these like ash silhouettes like all over the floor, right?
So that is a very striking thing to remember about this whole situation, and something very unique in their death. So if you wanted to roll history or arcana check to try and know what these things are.
No, you know me, but I didn't roll well, so you know.
Okay, Portia's gonna roll too. Nice. She says, "Fae."
Yeah.
Darklings.
Yeah. Is that what that was?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I've never seen one. They serve, they were cursed by, God, who was it? The Queen of the Summer Court, Titania.
Oh. Sure.
And she looks around. She says, a Summer Court was favored in the eyes of Coralon.
Mm-hmm.
But she cursed them, and they were cast into the darkness of the Winter Court along with Titania's sister.
Why curse them? What'd they do?
Titania and her sister, the Queen of Air and Darkness, they've always fought for control of the Feywild. And Titania, as far as I've ever known in the stories, never wanted complete control for herself, only balance.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Fey are changeable creatures, even the good ones. But the Queen has always wanted more. Like an endless hunger. That's what they call her, at least.
Oh.
But look,
Yeah.
and she sort of points upwards, and she sees, she points out the space on the dragon where these creatures were chipping away at this giant statue.
Oh, it's like damaged?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you see it's like glowing blue and shadow where it's being chipped away, and pieces of ice have fallen to the ground and have begun to melt around the base of the statue.
Do you think this thing's like the focal? I mean, I kind of say this out loud in character. I was like, do you think this is like the focal point of this place? And they won?
Yeah.
This is like the only real thing here, maybe?
I think this is the Lodestone. That's what they were talking.
Yeah,
They
Lodestone.
said something about it's like a thing that harnesses the pull. Like normally, if I were trying to create a place where, in my lab, I have miniature Lodestones. I've never seen anything like this, but I do it to kind of ground the space for experimentation. Here, it seems like she's trying to ground something huge, something. I mean, she said the spell.
Yeah, well, like the whole place. I'm sorry, I'm still like a freshman in the arcane arts, but
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just trying to piece it all together. It's a lot of words.
yeah, it seems like this is what's holding that spell in place so that she can just keep it permanently. But if they can get in here, it looks like they're trying to damage it. I mean,
What is it like forever?
I don't know what harm that would be. I mean, if we all just got spat in the snow, what, we like twist an ankle? I mean, what could they be?
Nah, she's probably got something else stashed in here, or in the tavern that she's not telling us about. I feel like it's a front. That's the vibe I'm getting. I feel like the entire situation is a front.
Why did he tell you he didn't want other people knowing what was going on in here? I mean, it's not like people have problems. Like, we all have trauma.
No, well,
why are they so worried about people knowing this stuff?
Well, like I said, I think that there's something that, like, we already know some stuff, but wait, does she know about the dragon thing? Like, does she know Percival's a dragon? Okay.
She seems like really weirded out. Like, she saw him do magic, but she's seen other people with draconic lineage do magic and take on draconic aspects.
So like,
yeah,
so like best friends, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Well, like, you already fought this stuff, so I feel like you have a right to know. Okay. Even though I'm not supposed to tell you, like, it's not really like my story to tell.
Oh my god. I think I heard somebody call that tea. Is this the tea?
Yes, it is. Am
I doing it right?
Yeah, I think so. It is.
I'm not good
but just
with
don't
people.
burn.
I don't understand.
Don't burn your tongue because it's very hot.
So what is it? What is going on down here?
No, well, I mean, I so like all this dragon stuff. Percival's a dragon. It doesn't seem like a big deal to really know that now that I know it.
Wait. We're fighting a dragon. I mean, we're trying to fight a dragon.
Yeah, I know.
Percival is the dragon?
No, he's not. That's what I thought. See, that's exactly what I thought at first. Because, like, you see one dragon, you've seen them all, right?
Yeah,
but like,
I mean,
but no, he's a good dragon. But that explains, like, the eggs and everything. Like, this has got Percival written all over it. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, she's got a lot of secrets. She's got she's hiding something. I'm not necessarily saying that something is nefarious, because I think that she has good intentions towards the group, right? But I'm just saying is that I think that her motives.
Why Darklings? Why Darklings?
Yeah, well,
why would they?
listen, I mean, I'm just glad that that arrows were still their weakness, you know?
So what are we gonna tell them?
I don't know.
Want to know what happened here.
We're going to tell them what happened. There's no secret.
Okay.
There's no secrets except from, maybe we don't tell them that I took a little souvenir. But other than that, you're welcome to take some souvenirs too. I won't tell anyone. But don't bring up the dragon thing, because like I'm supposed to know that.
Right.
But you're not supposed to know that. So just like keep that under your hat. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That seems like right. If that comes up, just pretend like you don't know what we're talking about. When's
it gonna come up?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the conversation that we have when we get back. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is all over my head. I really gotta go back and really suss out how they respond to this information at face value.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna have a quick look around and see if there's anything.
Yeah, because like, okay, so we got a dragon. So this is a lodestone. It's like the anchor to this portal, to this place, which seems to kind of only exist as like a photo album for all of her trauma.
It's a demi-plane.
Yeah. Okay. Call it what you want, but like a photo album for her trauma, and and she wants it to be okay, but she's saying that she needs it in order to keep the tavern up and running. But like that can't be its only purpose.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like there are portals. I mean, I don't know if you've heard this, but other people in the Sunlit Seekers have been talking about they've heard about portals to different planes and stuff like that. But that's a little bit different. Like anyone can go through those portals. Like a demi-plane, like something that somebody sets up personally, you can't normally just bust in there unless, I don't know.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So that's not great to hear, because if they can get in through here, if they can come in through this, place between the prime material plane and wherever the hell they came from, in this case, I'm guessing the Feywild because they're Fey, but who knows?
I have a theory. Let me ask you as a student. My working theory, if that person, if this Fae, right, or whoever was controlling these things that tried to kill us, right? Yeah. If they had something, if they had if they had something that tied back to, what's her name? Calliope. If they had like something of hers, would that give them access to this place? Would that be like a key?
I mean, there's a lot of magical theory about that. I mean, it could give them access to control or undo some certain magic she may have done. It could
but like if they
help them access her thoughts or scry on her.
Yeah, exactly. I think they have something of hers and they're using it to like hack the system, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could have anything
to get at her or Percival. I don't know if she's the real target.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what was down here. We only saw what was down here when we came down here, so they could have something of hers. They could have one of these items.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to ask her what she was actually keeping in here. Right?
Yeah. I guess we could look around and see if there was anything else that was recently taken.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go detective mode.
Take a 20.
Let's go detective mode. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys look around. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
17.
Cool, yeah. So you notice an area, you're able to, during this time, like, open the door. You hear, like, again and again the same replay of the argument of them in the bedroom. Off the bedroom, you see another area, which is a study. In this area, you see... What do you see? I wrote it down, so why am I trying to remember it when I could just look?
I literally do the exact thing.
Does that ever happen to you?
I do that literally every time.
Why am I doing this? I worked on this. I drew it. I know what it is. So in the study, there are endless scrolls and books and letters that just stretch up, and up.
So with these eternal libraries, man.
Yeah. Towards like a ceiling. The ceiling appears to be... Oh, I know what it is. It looks to be wooden rafters. Like it's weird. Like when you make your way through, everything else is that organic cave material, right? That's been carved and changed to be livable, kind of like a stone hobbit hole, right? But when you come around that corner, everything looks like you're in the inside of like a turret.
Okay.
And when you look out, you see a beautiful view of an iced over lake, and beyond that, it doesn't match up with the view you saw at the front door. This is clearly like an illusion she's created for herself.
Yeah.
And there are floating instruments that seem to be playing endless melodies, but you notice in the instruments, you notice that, oh man, what could they have taken? I didn't get this far. Let's decide. What do you think they took of hers? Because it could be anything. What seems fun?
It doesn't have to be of like magical significance.
No, just meaningful.
Yeah, I mean, let's say, why not like some like heirloom or gift that like one of her kids gave her?
Yeah.
You know, like a macaroni painting. I mean, like, you know, cooler than that.
Yeah, you see
like something that they made for her.
There is sure. So on the desk where all the writing is, you see kind of like a sourceless wind is kind of blowing its place across and sending the like this looks disturbed, right? It sends the letters sort of scattering across the room. You see names and like niceties and I wish I saw you mores and you know, I wish you would come to visit us up at the mountains, you know, I miss being on the road with you, like to various people. But you notice that there is a place on the desk that is polished and shiny and not doesn't have any, like has like kind of a ring of dust around it, like something was taken. It appears to be oblong in nature. And oh shit, I have a great idea.
I'm here.
I take it back.
Yeah.
It does. It's not oblong in nature.
No,
delete everything
hit it with me.
Sorry. Oh man, yeah. Sorry, I got excited. Okay.
It's the Eldritch macaroni necklace that Matt said. Is that what it is?
It's not Eldritch macaroni necklace.
Damn, okay.
It's definitely not. You notice that there's a hook on the wall where like coats might hang, and there's just like something that's not there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You had to describe when you are able to describe the room and what isn't there. You notice that there are like smudges on the wall as if like a dirty hand grabbed something.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I take note and fill in Portia on that, and I was all like, yeah, it's that kind of thing where like everything else in the room seems undisturbed, but there is a noticeable dearth on that like kind of situation. Okay, yeah. I just take note of that for ammo.
Yeah, you guys get into the center living room again, and now you realize like, how do we get out of here?
Well, is the portal that we came in through gone?
So it kind of like snapped closed above you. But she casts like detect magic, and with her wands, it's almost like she puts them loosely in her hand, her two wands, and looks where they divine.
Divining around,
and they look up, and she goes, "Hey,
help!
Don't forget about us!" And it, like a giant circular portal opens and begins sucking you upwards.
Oh, cool.
Not violently,
like
going up.
Yeah, like being abducted. Like you become weightless and then are drawn upwards. Yeah.
And you find yourself falling into Calliope's office. Calliope is sort of like
the worst port key I've ever used.
Yeah, it's terrible. Calliope is sort of like laid out on the chaise lounge.
I'm sorry, this is an important detail. Yeah. As we're getting pulled up through the portal, I stash the circlet that I stole.
Great. Yeah, it's definitely very important that you do that.
Yeah.
She kind of like jolts, surprised to see you, and she says, "Well, it doesn't feel like anything's pulling on me anymore. Not actively."
I mean, it shouldn't. Turns out arrows will kill shadow monsters.
do you
Wait,
mean
what did you call them?
monsters?
He looks up at
Yeah.
Portia. What'd you call them?
Portia sits there. She's like, again, this very like contrapposto standing.
Smartest person in the room stance.
Yes, yeah. Like she's smart, but not in a way that makes other people like her, which like makes you guys kind of a funny duo because you're both not really likable. But you
but we
like
get
each
shit
other.
done.
Yeah, but you get it done.
Yeah.
And she kind of like looks across at her and she goes, "Darklings."
Yeah, Darklings. Yeah. Yeah. What do you
Feywild Darklings.
What do you make of that? Yeah, they came from the Feywild.
She says, "But that's impossible."
No, it's not. And one of them like laughed at me, and she said that something about her queen, and then I shot her.
What?
Yeah.
A queen?
Yeah.
No.
So you're gonna need to like explain about your whole fortress of sadness and the purpose that serves.
That's so fucking funny. It's very Flynn Rider, like about your hair and the
I'm very interested about your hair and the magical qualities. Have you always done that?
Yeah, she says, the Queen of Air and Darkness and I are rivals, in a way. We fought for the better part of my life. You watch as, I guess, roll an insight check just to like.
Sure. Nat 20.
Yeah. You know all. As soon as Percival looks heartbroken to see how much this woman still cares about telling this story. This is the 50th time, 50 millionth time he's heard this story. And he hates how passionate she is when she tells it. Is kind of the vibe you get. She says, my eldest brother, Vaindral, he was very lonely growing up. The rest of us went about our lives, and he was left to carry on the family responsibilities.
And he's just like a guy. It's like a human. Or an elf.
Yes,
okay.
He was a human.
Okay.
And he sought solace in things. He wanted very badly to come and see plays I was in, or hear music, or explore the world like his other siblings did. But he had had an accident when he was younger. He was not as mobile, but he had a keen mind.
While she's telling this story, I walk over to Percival and just hold his hand like a small child. Like I just take it gently and just kind of like rub it and just that wordlessly. I'm totally locked on Calliope's story, but I just kind of go over and I just hold his hand for comfort.
Yeah, amazing. He's not there. Like lights are on, but nobody's
Oh, okay,
home. Yeah. No, he is present.
Yeah, no, but
right?
he's checked out. He's checked out.
Yeah, he's not there. But yeah, he lets you take his hand almost limply, and you realize, like, man, if a dragon is just letting me do what I want with this human form, this is bad news. And she says, and that's what patrons do when they look for servitors. They look for people who need very badly to get places they can't. And my brother and his inability to walk quickly or to fight or any of the other things that I think he wished he was better at. Well, she preyed upon that. He read about the Feywild. He called out to her many times, wanting to know if just one Archfey would respond to his calls for understanding, for power. And she answered. But it wasn't Titania, the Queen of Light, who answered. It was the Queen of Air and Darkness, the woman who controls, the creature who controls those foul things you fought.
But like, what does she have against you? Like, if that plays, go ahead.
When she offered her gift She said that there would be a price.
Oh, yeah.
And that price would be the death of Percival's. And that price would be the death of Vaindral's mother. You see, he and my older siblings, my father was married before he married my mother. And so he thought it would be worth it. And so he took the offer. But the problem is he never liked his mother. He considered my mother to be the person he was closest to. My mother became very ill very quickly. No healer, no doctor, no cleric could tell what was happening to her, but she just faded. I thought it was poison for the longest time. I thought it was my father, and that is why, one of the reasons why I hated him.
But that doesn't check out. So they took your mom, but then why take anything? Isn't that enough? Or is it like a price that can never be paid kind of situation?
When I learned what Vaindral had done, I was so angry. Mm-hmm. I was so disappointed. He was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so stupid. The first thing they tell you at Bard School is not to make dealings or agreements with forces you cannot understand. But he was desperate to be special, to be like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I swore that I would sever the bond that he shared with her. He didn't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I made it my business to be the light in her darkness, to thwart her every turn. And I've done that most of my life.
Mm-hmm. Did that sever the bond, or are you just sort of in eternal servitude to this cause?
My brother hid himself away in a demi-plane much like the one you saw, but one of my father's making at our old home. And he locked all of us out. I've always wanted to go and return there, now that I know it's possible, she says kind of bitingly towards Percival,
mm-hmm.
who kind of looks up from his reverie. But I've never been able to get back, to figure out a way through. My best resource has dried up.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is she can't get to him either, and she knows that I know that there is a way. She might be under the impression that I know how, and that I'm simply keeping him from her. I wasn't able to sever the bond.
Mm.
I cannot until I get to him.
So what, did she think that maybe you were hiding him in your demi-plane, and that's why they wanted to get in there?
She could have. I mean,
mm-hmm.
she might also just be looking for powerful means to things that might be intrinsically linked to our family line in order to get to the family plot, so to speak.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How do you think they got into your demi-plane in the first place? Like, if they have like a thing of yours, does that link you? That was my theory.
Roll an insight check.
Mm-hmm. 9.
Okay. There is a chill in the room.
Mm-hmm.
It is when you say like how would they have gotten in, her eyes dart to Percival. It's clear she's uncomfortable, but you can't really tell much more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he, let me just roll a quick. He kind of gets up and he says, "You're keeping something from me."
Yeah, I think she is.
You have to tell us what's going on, Calliope.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I kind of give him like a slap on the back, like you got this, man. Just drive it home.
Just do it, man.
Yeah, come on.
You can do it. And she like turns to look out her window, and you can see she's kind of like shaking, and she sinks down onto the window seat, and she turns back towards you. She has tears in her eyes, and she said, I'm not perfect.
No, I mean, nobody is, but like, what's the?
I made a deal.
Oh, man. You don't do that.
I made a deal with a hag.
Oh man. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds bad.
She said that she would help me in my plight against the queen. And since I've only known misery, I mean, I've been mostly happy. Yeah, Percival says, misery? You've only known misery? That's rich. You know, he's pissed.
Yeah.
And she
okay, Percy,
she said,
it's gonna be all right. I'll figure it out.
Calm down, everybody, calm down. That I'm playing.
Everybody,
all
the hands, like, listen up in here. I need y'all to just like, you're getting emotional.
Yeah, and she, I don't know why this isn't playing anymore. It's making me crazy.
Oh, it was for me.
Well, I'm glad that it is for you, but if I can't hear it, no one can.
Out there, as we've reviewed, yes.
Yeah, she says, I made a deal with the hag, and she promised to help me, but the goalposts just keep moving, and I'm so tired.
But how would she even help you? What was the price?
She wanted secrets. She wanted access to people's lives, to understand them better. She wanted power, just like anyone, control over her circumstances. And I wanted to help my brother, and I thought perhaps the only thing that could stand against the queen was another bond.
Yeah. You can't double dip like that.
She hasn't been happy with me. This hag. Esmeralda is her name.
Of course it is.
She hasn't been happy with my unwillingness to acquiesce to her requests. I was born to be a source of light, and you see her, like, again, the light where it hits her skin, you see these like gold flecks and freckles across her face. Like, she is an Aasimar. She's not a human.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
And she says, I was a prayer. You were supposed to save the empire.
Yeah.
You were supposed to save the Jedi.
No, but instead she learned about the legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's true. It's not great. And she basically kind of steels herself at this point and just says, I think she intends to break down the barriers between myself and my foe if I do not give her what she wants.
I just kind of turned to Percival and I'm like, Percy, do you want to just like go take care of this problem? Isn't that a problem? Can't we just go take care of it? Right? It seems like a preventable problem.
He's thinking, and he says, well, but what do they have of yours? I mean, they were down there. You said they were messing with the Lodestone.
Well, they took a thing. I mean, I just got a feeling like
From where?
What was it? Was it the study?
In the study.
Was it the study? Yeah.
No.
Probably like a cloak or something that goes on a coat rack.
No.
Yeah, you gotta.
This is not.
You can't just leave that stuff laying around.
It was supposed to be hidden away. No one was supposed to be able to get in there.
Yeah, well.
It's a rune stone, or it's a rune. It's not a stone, but it houses runic magic.
The cloak does?
It's a powerful item.
The cloak does?
It's connected to the origins of magic itself in Faerun.
Where did you get that?
I was an adventurer like you once.
Man, you just...
I took things that didn't belong to me.
Percy, did you know about this?
Yeah, she looks at you very meaningfully, though, and she looks at you and she looks at the quiver and she says, I took things that didn't belong to me because I thought I knew better.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. All right, so what's the plan?
We have to go get it back.
Okay. You got...
We need to send people into the Feywild to get this thing, or they could... I don't know. They could...
The hags in the Feywild?
I don't know where the hag is, but hags come from the Feywild.
Isn't that who
Fae
took
in
it?
nature.
Isn't that who took it? Or someone else took it?
The Darklings are connected to the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen, I've seen her in dreams before. She wants the pennant.
Okay, so like hag problem and Fae problem are two different problems?
Yes.
Okay.
I made a deal with the hag to try and fight the Queen.
Yeah. That didn't work out as
and
planned.
And then I realized how that was a bad idea, and I said, I don't really want this, and she said it's too late. And if I don't get what I want, then you will get what you want least, basically. So it's been a time. So we need to go to the Feywild.
Okay.
Collect
Sounds
the
easy
pennant,
enough, right?
and then I suppose when you're back, we can deal with the dragon, unless the dragon has killed everyone by the time you get back.
Can we bring Percy? You coming? You're coming to the Feywild, right? To like give him the old right?
There's every possibility that Fey bitch has our children, Calliope. Someone took them. Someone is going to continue to take things that belong to you, and I am sure that the way she got in there was by using our sons. Our blood.
Yeah, that seems like... Maybe? It's just all theoretical.
Yeah. Calliope just says, I need to be alone.
Okay.
And he says, you do need to be alone. Just like you wanted. This is all your fault, anyways. And he leaves.
Okay. Wait.
And you guys are just standing.
Yeah. No. He leaves, and I'm like, I'm just kind of like sitting in the middle of that. I'm just like, wait, Percy, hold up.
Yeah. You and Percy and go find wine.
Okay. So.
Okay.
I got a lot of. Are we doubling down on the situation where we standing with the?
No, I mean that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You and Portia are able to, like, you get a drink. He pours you a drink. He goes off to be by himself.
I feel like Portia, I feel like Percy storms out of the room. I'm just standing there sort of awkwardly in the miasma of emotions that just got let loose, and meanwhile Portia's just standing in the back, just like trying to work it all out. She's like she's like in here, just like
you have to tap her on the arm to be like, we're
she's
leaving.
that woman with like, she's the meme of like the woman with all the equations, like just kind of sitting there. Yeah, she's the math meme, like trying to piece it together. And as I go to chase Percy, I literally have to like grab her hand and pull her out of the room.
She goes, oh yeah, where are we going?
It's a lot to digest. I get it.
Yeah, so the door closes. She sort of takes you, once you guys get drinks, she takes you to her like lab area, and she sort of sits down with you, and you guys are seated, having your drinks out of these little like worn clay glasses, and she says, "This deal keeps getting worse all the time."
Who said that? I'm so sorry.
Portia.
Yeah. Deal?
I mean,
question mark.
We're supposed to be saving the world, but now we're saving her from her bad decisions. I mean,
well, listen.
We could just cut and run.
Or we could double down. Because here's the deal. She seems pretty powerful. Percy's pretty powerful, and like, if we ingratiate ourselves to some pretty powerful people, I'm pretty confident we can sort of stay on the right side of this. And then You know, I'm
Yeah.
honestly, I'm just a little interested in where all this goes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we wait. They've already pit themselves against each other. If we can put ourselves in that situation, right, and then wait
Right.
until the time is ripe, then we can cut and run.
Huh.
But right now, we haven't really gained anything out of this. We've got a lot of information, and that information is very powerful. But I
We
think
didn't gain anything out of this, and she like reaches into her bag and pulls out like a wand and like a
a
couple
bunch
of
of
different
stuff
artifacts
that she
from
took.
down there.
All right. Well,
And she says, "What? People took stuff.
yeah,
They took a
no,
lot.
it's
of
true.
stuff.
Well, we need to have so slumber party tonight, and we got to figure
Yes.
out what all this stuff is.
Sick.
Yeah. Okay.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I'll bring like some s'mores.
Aren't you like worried that if we go to the Feywild, we're gonna get stuck there for like 100 years?
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but like one step at a time.
Okay.
What I really want to do is I want to sit Percy down and really have a heart to heart, figure out his side of this.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure now that he's had some time to cool off.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to have someone to talk to. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Who's
saying.
Jesus. I don't know
Yeah.
why I keep saying that.
It's just like it's like a human turn of phrase. I never really understood
Yeah.
what that meant.
Yeah. Just something he's saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying is that it's very clear that Calliope's looking for a lot of help, and Percival's finding out a lot of new information. So he needs an ear to bend, and I got two big ones. So
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'll hold on to the stuff. You go do that,
Mhm.
and then slumber party.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Cool.
All right.
So you find
Best friend handshake.
Best friend, yeah, you do. It's very complicated, but you came up with it over the course of the week. You find, of course you do. You find Percival out by the stables, doing menial labor for no reason.
No reason.
That's just what he does when things are hard. This Wesley from Princess Bride looking motherfucker just moving hay bales in the snow without a jacket on.
I guess I roll up on him with two mugs.
Yeah.
And I just extend one to him, and I'm all like, "Hey, buddy, you wanna
Yeah.
talk about it?"
Persuasion check.
Okay.
With advantage. He's weak and you have beer.
He's weak, and you have beer. What a thing. Persuasion. 17.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally persuaded. He looks you up and down and says, "Thanks," and then takes the mug from you and kind of nurses it. He finds like that inertia of like just stopping this action that you were doing just to do something, and now he's just standing there in the softly falling snow.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean, we can keep working, if you gotta take care of those idle hands. And I just kind of like pick something up and put it down. And just like, I'm just sort of like meditatively just sort of doing the work that he's doing. And I'm just like, just kind of like joining him in the action and sort of just kind of like edging closer and being kind of like,
Hey, buddy.
hey, like,
Yeah.
so like that's like a lot of stuff, Did you maybe it's a personal question, but did you like help make that demi plane, or is that like all Portia in there? Portia, excuse me, Calliope.
Too many names.
Calliope.
He says, I mean, I got the lodestone from the house and brought it here for her to use, but all the rest of it is her.
Yeah. How you feeling about this whole situation? I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, the demiplane was interesting. I didn't know if it was like that all the time, but like, it's filled with a lot of. Have you ever been there? You get to go there?
God, no.
No? Like, is that a choice? Like, had you been there and you weren't a fan?
I I have been in one of those places before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an echo chamber for grief.
Yeah, but like
Some joy if you're lucky.
how you're like, listen, I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to what how does like are the dark dragons like crazy powerful? Like how do you get mixed up with all this human stuff?
Well,
Can't you just like
our family was. They owed a great debt to the rhyme staffs of old, the very beginning of Calliope's line. They protected a clutch of eggs for my great something. And they protected those eggs while she went to war with another dragon, a chromatic dragon. And in return for protecting her children, they promised they would always look after the rhyme staffs. And they granted them a boon, a staff that would make them, I mean, as humans, of course, they're not ageless like elves or other folk of long lives, but they gave them a gift for the arcane, and they gave them a staff that would hold all the memories of all the generations of the leader of the family. So every generation, one rhyme staff would be chosen to wield it. Calliope's father had it, and her brother Vaindral took it up after we killed her father, which is like a whole other thing, I guess, in the demi-plane.
Mm-hmm. And he was bad, right? The dad, her father?
Yeah, he was working on, well, Calliope had, in many ways, a very privileged life, but privilege is a cage, and we were always friendly, but her father sold her to a man she didn't love, and was a real asshole, honestly, but he controlled me for a time through a circlet. I mean, I was blood sworn to protect the bearer of the rhyme staff, as our whole family was.
And then he betrayed
we were
you?
all just servants in the household. Well, he didn't betray me, he betrayed Calliope, and I loved Calliope, and that bond helped me break through. She inspires me.
Okay.
She inspired me to break that bond, and I was able to fight with them against him, and to put an end to the years of emotional abuse and control he was trying to exert over all of her siblings. And I thought, when we broke through, that love, that freedom to just be who we finally wanted to be, who we had always wanted to be, would be enough for her. But the loss of her brother, when he shut the plane behind them so that the staff would never leave, you see, he didn't want anyone to have to bear it, because once you attune to the staff, you are an echo of every rhyme staff, everyone who's ever held it. I mean, the person you are, it's in there. It can come forward, but it makes you, I don't know, intelligence can make you cold. And the person between the pieces of him that chipped away from that ice sculpture with his bond with the Queen of Air and Darkness, and between that and the staff, I knew there wasn't much of the person she loved left, so I told her she couldn't go back, that there was no way in once Vaindral shut that door with the staff and locked it away and gave all of them their freedom. I mean, he made a lot of questionable choices, but I agreed with him there. He said, live your lives, get out there, do something, leave behind the chains of this family, and I thought we did. I wanted us to. I mean, we had 2 beautiful sons. We lived in the mountains with the monks who served the silver dragons, and I just thought it would be enough, and it never was. She always wanted to get back to Vaindral in that demi-plane. She always wanted to save him. So one day we fought, and she left because she found out that I kept I kept the secret that with one of our scales you could get into the demiplane, and not only did I tell her I wouldn't give her one, but I wouldn't take her, and I didn't want her to go.
Ah. All right. Well, so some decisions made on both sides, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kept that secret from her to protect her, and yes, she deserves to have a life of freedom, but she also deserves to be happy.
Yeah. I mean, you've both kind of kept things from each other for the sake of protecting one another, so you can't be too cross about it. You know?
Mm-hmm. He growls a little bit, but he knows you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, I mean, listen, I have never had a lot. But the things that I have had, I'd be pretty cross if someone tried to take them from me. So I think you're just sort of at a crossroads, right? You either have to decide if you're willing to fight for it, or if you're willing to just find something new, right? Because I would just say, if it were up to me, like, I would, I'd just sort of fight like hell until I couldn't anymore. And you're not, like, I think it's easy to get lost in the sauce and kind of forget, like, you're like a dragon, man. That's worth something. The dragons don't get where they are in the world just by, getting caught up in all that and not fighting.
Yeah, I'm a dragon.
You are a dragon. It's pretty cool.
A dragon who fell in love at 16.
How old are you?
Basket case.
Yeah, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm like a couple hundred years.
Yeah,
old.
see?
You sort of lose track at a certain point.
Yeah,
but,
see? Wait, how old is Calliope?
Yeah, well, Calliope is 45, but I was around a lot before she was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm young. It's, dragon years, human years. There's a lot of crossover there, but
yeah.
I am and was, I think other dragons would call me young, comparatively. But I was a servant in her household who saw through all the bullshit. And I mean, you're right. I feel kind of stupid that, you're having to tell me to fight like hell. I feel like I've been fighting so long, I can't even remember a time when I wasn't fighting.
Yeah.
I think the part that's stupid is that, I mean, I guess I'm dumb, but I'm a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And would you forgive her?
I don't know. I've never been in a position. I've never been in a position to forgive someone for that kind of thing. So I'm not sure. I've kind of always just looked out for number one, as they say. So it's a hard call. I think that it is messed up that she hid things from you, but when all is said and done, those kinds of, you kind of move past those things if you win the day.
Yeah, there was a time when she went out to adventure on her own, looking for solutions. Because I hid things from her, and I guess we've talked a little bit about what happened during that time, but not a ton. I just didn't know it had gone so far, and I feel like rhyme staffs, they all go bad. Yeah.
Are you still stuck on this whole? Is the staff still? I got a little lost in there. Is the staff still a thing? Like, are you still?
It's in the demiplane with her brother, as far as I know.
Yeah, and does it control you in any way other than on, like, duty, sense of duty? Like,
I would protect Calliope if I didn't love her, but I do. That's all me.
Yeah,
sadly.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, let's say
it would be easier if it weren't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, let's say we get in there, right? And we face all the problems. Is like, is it the kind of thing where like, are you compelled by your pact? Is it like are you 3 laws safe?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to raise a hand against a rhyme staff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so that's.
I did against her father because Calliope enabled me to, but not Calliope and not her brother.
No. So
basically.
like, what if
Dragons made for life is what I'm telling
Yeah. Do you have like other family that's also under this, or is it just you now?
There are a few of us. I haven't. Oh, my mother was very old, and then there was another servant at the house as well,
and
she was in love with Vaindral. So I always thought she wanted to go back to him in there. I mean, she could be. There was something wrong with her though. She had some kind of sickness none of us understood. But yeah, I think she wanted to get back into the demi-plane where Vaindral was as well, and help him somehow against the Raven Queen. I don't know if she ever did, because I just wanted to leave that behind, put it behind me, but I guess, I think you're right. I think we just have to...
Yeah.
Man, if I'm not going to let her go off and do it on her own, I'm just going to have to do it with her.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I could, I've always wanted to ride a dragon. So like, we can ride in there, and you can't do it, but I can.
Yeah. You never rode a dragon before?
No. I mean, honestly, you're the first dragon I've ever talked to.
Walk with me.
Okay.
So he walks and walks and walks through the snow, just crunchy, crunchy, crunchy snow.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are having like real bro time.
Mm-hmm.
He asks you like, so what's your story, Zeb?
Oh man.
Aside from the entire story.
Yeah.
What's your deal? What's your trauma?
Yeah, I fill him in with like sordid details,
Mm-hmm.
A sob story about like losing ties with like my original clan and just kind of being on the road by myself, just like doing whatever. I sort of yada yada about how I got my quiver,
Sure.
I sort of yada yada about that. I tell him about I spent a lot of time in Waterdeep.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a long time. I spent most of my time in Neverwinter, anyways. But I honestly didn't get around much for a dragon.
I never can remember the name of the guy who runs that place.
Yeah, never.
I can never remember the name of the guy who runs Neverwinter. I couldn't even tell you. Gun to my head. But yeah, no, Waterdeep's cool. I spent a lot of time in there, and sort of been on the road after that. But I'm just sort of getting into the whole arcane arts thing. But I guess my trauma is that being a goblin and all, not a lot of people are interested in getting to know me. And I'm just trying to be the best at what I can do.
Yeah, so you get like a little bit lost in like thinking about your own shit. When
Yeah.
you look back over, you've kind of like made your way out across these plains that you've seen stretching towards the mountains, and you see as you turn back, there is just an adult silver dragon.
Yeah.
Standing there looking at you as if nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
you
never
kind
did
of,
put
like-
clothes on after they all got burned, so.
Amazing. This is all happening. And he says in this like low voice, he says, well, little one, I think it's time you made a few new bonds. Let's go for a ride.
Yeah.
Artax.
Yeah, Artax. No, it's trying to Falcor.
Falcor.
Yeah. Silver scales and everything.
So he like leans down. He says, don't go telling people I give rides. I don't give rides, but I owed you a favor.
This is the favor? All right, fine.
You're like, this is the favor. He's like, really?
Okay. I'm already on there, and I'm like, this isn't the favor, by the way.
Yeah. I know that's actually a great way to end it. So yeah, you take off into the sky, looking down over the vulgar magpie in the stables, the stretching ice and snow in both directions, Phandalin in the distance on one side, mountains in the distance all like in the other, and you're just This isn't the favor, by the way. Fade to black.
Yeah. I didn't. No. I didn't say I wish.
Amazing. That's perfect.
Yep.
I didn't say I wish.
I didn't say I wish.
He growls.
Yeah.
But you're having a great day.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's our
Yay,
story
Falcor.
for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Trauma, deep-seated
Everyone's got the trauma.
fear. What a time to be alive. Chris, thank you so much for coming on this journey.
A lot of fun.
We are going to be offering, when I say we, I mean me. I will be running a game on the 24th. Saturday, the 24th at 5 p.m. is our next Sunlit Seekers game. Because if you enjoyed this world and want to get wrapped up in all of this,
whatever that is,
some of the other player characters you guys met as NPCs today, you can join my Patreon. The Patreon allows you to sign up for our monthly patron exclusive D&D games, and I will be sending something out on the Patreon tonight. And tomorrow is Saturday because today is Friday. That's how that works. Tomorrow we're going to be watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom at 5 p.m. Eastern, exclusive to members of the Patreon on the Discord. So please, by all means, come join us. Watch the second installment of our Indiana Jones series. Hang out with some folks. It's very fun. It's just one of the types of community events that we do. We usually watch something or play some. We'll watch a movie and then play some Jackbox games together. And it's just a fun Saturday escapade. So yeah, so that's tomorrow. The 24th will be this month's game. And in a week, I believe there will be new magical items from me on the Patreon. So there's lots to do there. But yeah, if you're interested in playing in this world, I sort of operated a little bit West Marches style, where there is a continued story and elements of the story. Some people are already dealing with, magical Feywild portal stuff in their games that they've played. Some people are dealing with magical trauma that Calliope's brought up. Some people are dealing with more dragon-related stuff, like the episode last week. So I hope this gave folks a chance to kind of get a glimpse into what we're building. But it's been so fun to have you, Chris.
Yeah,
and maybe
it's been great. I hope that.
Do you want to play on Saturday?
I mean,
Saturday the 24th?
Maybe.
It'd be good to have you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for people to, meet or interact with Zeb, and I'm interested to see the effect he can have on this world and all of the wonderful people in it.
Super fun. If you are interested, the Discord just came through chat. Lots of people in this crazy cool community enjoy hanging out on the Discord, talking about all things D&D and mermaids and more. So come.
There's gonna be mermaids.
There's gonna be mermaids.
Also, and we're both wearing C-Team shirts. We're matchy. We're matchies.
Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yeah. What? The better team?
Imagine a dark team.
Imagine a dark team.
So.
Imagine an all evil campaign.
Imagine fear as it relates to your psyche.
Yeah.
So we will be back. And the last thing I wanted to point out, I guess, before we leave, when I said we will be back, I mean next week. We will be back to our regular Friday scheduled programming, which is the Around the Hearth podcast, where we talk about different D&D topics and talk show type format. So we'll be back. I think Emily will be back with us next week too, I believe.
I believe
maybe.
so.
I don't know.
So.
But yeah, so we'll be doing that. I'm sure if you guys enjoy one-on-one shots, then by all means let me know, because we can do more of those. But yeah, we will be. What was I trying to say? I don't remember. You know what? I'm very tired. I'm realizing that I have DM brain, and that I need to turn it off. And so I love you all. If you are curious, these things will all be available as VODs here and on YouTube immediately following the show. So if you missed something, you can catch up on it. And if you didn't see last week's quest, now's a good time to check in. And hopefully I'll see you on the other end of these DM dice sometime soon. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night.